Hi. IQ scores predict success in academic, job, and other life outcome. This question has been asked in Civil Service Examination 2017. If you look at the question, you will find that IQ scores prediction. What is the extent of success? You need to comment on this one. Question carries only 10 marks. So you should keep in mind that you need not to be very elaborative, just be clear. As far as academic outcome is concerned, you know this thing that IQ score, general IQ score on different tests like Stanford Binet test, Wessler adult, or even Wessler test, you can say. Particularly SAT. I am talking about particularly SAT, a scholastic aptitude test. This test has got very good validity. These tests, particularly this one, a scholastic aptitude test, has got very good validity, predictive validity about as far as academic success is concerned. Those who scores high on SAT uh, are believed to perform better in academic area. They should do pretty well, and exactly the same happens. And those who do not perform so well, this should not do very well. This is the prediction, and more or less this is the situation. So you can say that yes, that this success IQ score is a good predictor of academic success, no doubt. What about job? Second one, job, is more about knowledge, that is theoretical as well as practical, you know and job nature is versatile. Job, if you look at the job profile, it require knowledge also and certain motivation also. Many there is convergence of skills and other abilities. So one who is very high on mechanical aptitude test should be a good mechanical engineer, for example. And here also, then the job prediction on the basis of IQ score is consistent in the sense that if you look at Louis Terman uh, project on those individual on genius whose IQ score was 140 plus. And what was the things? They were in general, he attempted to, in longitudinal study, Terman attempted to study the extent of, adjustment in life by these individuals, so-called genius individual, including job success. And what was the correlations? High IQ was connected with the job success. So you in general you can say it has predicted. But if you ask me the specific success, one who is a very high in IQ, can you say that that person will be good at every job? This is not the case, because even Barron report, one Barron's, even in textbook written by Robert Barron, he wrote that one of person whose name was Robert or something, he was very high. It is a personal experience. 160 around. He was working as a salesman in a shoe store. So he was Barron was not so intelligent, but he became professor. So he said that when he asked that what happened, so he said that job was boring, repetitive. So there are incidences you can say, and research reports also, that in every case it is not a very good predictor, because job is a real life things and sometimes only IQ is not the requirement to be successful. And this is a common experience also, that those who are very high in IQ, in general, okay, IQ is good, then you can do well, no doubt, across different job. But IQ is not the only thing. So this is, as far as IQ scores and job prediction is concerned, it is not so like this one. SAT. There it is very high, predictability is very high. But here, something, there is some limitation. And other life outcome, you can say, related to like marriage life, in social adjustment. And this is the reason that this, in general term, if you just rely upon term and studies, then you can say that to some extent they are adjusted. But you will be very good, well adjusted in every case, just on the basis of IQ. Its predictability is maximum here, but there is gradient, because life satisfaction depends upon IQ, not just IQ, but there are other parameters of IQ. You can say that different types of IQ. In Robert Sternberg and Gardner term, it is practical intelligence, social intelligence, and some emotional intelligence kind of things. So you understand this thing. But in the academic area, the IQ that we measure, that is related with logical mind, logical power. So analytical intelligence, it is called componential intelligence. So that IQ to some extent predict success in all these things. If you, even in life outcomes, and if you even we just rely upon term and study, we can say that it is to some extent. But it is not like this one. जितना अच्छा वो एकेडमिक एरिया में कर पाता है प्रेडिक्शन, उतना अच्छा इन सब एरियाज में नहीं करता. So what is the because of the very you need not to discuss why. You just say that other area like relations, social relationship, community, there are many aspects. Social success है, personal satisfaction, बहुत सारे ऐसी चीज़ें that the Robert Gardner say intrapersonal intelligence. That where your IQ is very high, can you say that you will be very satisfied person? Not necessarily. You could not. So prediction is not very high in that. So in this way you should discuss. Okay. So intra or inter, मैंने एग्जाम्पल में लिखा है इंटर और इंट्रा. इंट्रा मतलब खुद के लिए और इंटर मतलब इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप. सो IQ इज नॉट जस्ट समटाइम you may be logically right, but emotionally, suppose you are not very sensitive, then you will fail here. Likewise, how is your self image, that decide your that how much balance you will create with yourself. So this is the things that you keep in mind, that IQ score predicts well in this area to some extent, and then here. This is not to say that these areas are not correlated. These are correlational things. Remember, this is not causation. We cannot be sure that it is necessarily causation, but this is the conditions. I hope you have understood. So this way, if you structure your answer, then you will get appropriate marks in examinations. I hope I made it clear. मिलेंगे अगले वीडियो में एंड बात करेंगे किसी और. थैंक यू.